Good morning, everybody. Hope you can hear me. Good morning. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. Just awake, went this morning. Where's the talking bear? Here he is. Hello, Stocks Fox. How's it going? Thanks for joining us. Oh, what do we have going on the Nasdaq? I just sat down. I have been looking at this on my phone this morning, as I usually do. Is it the first thing you guys do when you wake up? You look to see what the Nasdaq's doing. It's not very healthy, I think, for me, but it's the reality. What's up, everybody? What's up, Zero? Hey, good morning. Glad you could join us. How's Dubai? Is it like 1,000,000 degrees? What's up, Austin? How's it going, man? Nasdaq, Nasdaq, Nasdaq. What is going on with you today? Good morning, SW Blaze. Oh, let's see here. Well, let's talk about what we got going on. Haven't looked at the daily chart, really reviewed or talked again about the daily chart. I guess we should probably do that. So we're clearly in this big down channel, which I talk about quite a bit. Very nice down channel. The bottom of this thing is very well defined. Lots of touches on this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on it. Hey Zero, my weekend was good, man. Thanks for asking. 5 touches on this thing. Man, it's just bouncing off the bottom of this. So this is obviously going to be a target zone. I think if you're looking to short it, that's clearly you want to have this line drawn out on your chart. And what's up, Nico? Hey, Verinder. Good morning. Good to you. Good morning to you, I should say. Clearly, you really want to make sure you've got this line on your chart. If you are going to go and short it, I think that's a pretty valid trend line at the moment. More touches you have on a trend line, the more valid it is. So make sure you've got that up on your chart. In terms as up on your chart for support. In terms of resistance, you've got this one up here, which is just a nice down channel, corresponding down channel to the supporting trend line. But you could draw something like this, maybe just kind of zone that in there. We've got one. Broke through that, 2, 3 touches there. It also corresponds with the upper band up here on the daily. That might be, another trend line that we could identify as resistance. So that's up at 12,000, 290-ish. It's gonna close down or get smaller lower as time goes on here. So 2,250-ish. I think that corresponding with the upper band on the 1 hour. This would be a pretty significant resistance level. We can also see that we've got a touch over here at that point. It came up there on Friday. I remember Friday, this looked very bullish on Friday. But we can see here we are coming into a massive area of confluence of resistance. It would need to really clear this zone or clear these levels in order. Oh, what's up, Nico? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Thanks. That's awesome. Thanks, dude. I think, yeah, that's really great, man. I appreciate it. Anything is certainly appreciated. Really cool. Thanks. Hey, Reddy. Good morning. So, we could also draw, maybe we're in a trend line. You can see this shape coming in here. We have a horizontal level of resistance and then a supporting trend line here. Typically, when you see something like this come in, this horizontal line is going to break and we're going to move to the downside. So, it's looking bearish. It was looking bearish for sure yesterday. We can see yesterday selling coming off that level. Over here, it looks like, it could want to roll again, come down. We do have some data coming out. When is that data coming out? I don't think there's anything major coming out today. I mean, what you would really be looking for is some sort of news release to come out that would send this thing breaking to the downside. It's got a lot of work to do to get bullish, and I just don't think it has it. To really get bullish on it. Even if we were to break, 12,300 or whatever, it's got resistance. It's got some resistance here where we see this touch. might have some resistance here where we see this touch. We've got this downtrend line. We have the 200 SMA. It's just got a lot of points where it could be going short on it. I am looking to go short on it. But you know, technicals will determine at what point, you know, you take the short. And right now it looks like there's a very, you know, we're coming off a pretty solid resistance level at 12,000, you know, 275 to 300. You know, again, we just talked about it, that zone up here. I'm looking at news. We don't have any news today, so that's sometimes that's actually kind of good. Tomorrow we do have CPI numbers coming out tomorrow. CPI, CPI, CPI. Those are inflation, and then this one's down here. Inflation, that's going to be big. Those are really going to move the market. I think everybody's anticipating, you know, what these numbers are going to do. So today may actually be a little choppy because the CPI stuff is in the news like crazy. Everybody's waiting to see what inflation looks like tomorrow, what these numbers are going to look like, to see if raising those interest rates had any effect on inflation, and if the Fed may have to raise interest rates faster than they had anticipated. So tomorrow is going to be a big day, big news day. Which means today may be kind of choppy. So want to keep that in mind. In choppy days, I think it's best to trade failed breakouts. So we're really going to be looking for trading, you know, support and resistance, and trading those support and resistance level, particularly on a breakout of one of those. So if price moves, you know, you get a breakout out of a range, you know, trading price as it comes back into that range, for me would be an interesting strategy. I think probably the only strategy for today, particularly trading to the downside. So I'll be looking to take shorts on impulses up, if that makes sense. That's what happened yesterday. I did trade yesterday. I didn't record anything. I got to the computer super late yesterday, like 9:30, 9:45, and I didn't think I'd be able to find any trade setups. So before I get off this page, real quick, again, tomorrow, Wednesday, we got a bunch of stuff coming out, and Thursday we have initial jobless claims. That's going to be big, and producer price index, which is another inflation number. So lots of stuff coming up in the next couple of days. Does this have Friday? Let's just do this week. Friday here. Friday's retail sales and the Michigan consumer sentiment as well. Fed index of common inflation expectations. That might be interesting. I've never actually really paid attention to that one, but I think inflation is the key topic at the moment. So keep that in mind. Lots of stuff going on. Let's see what we got. Let's move down here to a 4-hour. All right. So if you're new, if it's your first time watching, thank you. Thank you for joining. Typically what we do is we start at looking at fundamentals, what's going on in the markets. So that's like looking at economic news releases like we just did. And we started a higher time frame. So you look down here, we just looked at the daily chart. We're now going to scoot down to the 4-hour to see what she's looking like down there. So we'll blow this baby up. We have this trend line here. It's interesting. I can just point out we've got 9 minutes for the market to open, so I got some time. We had the supporting trend line here. You can see that, and as it broke, price just collapsed down to the bottom of the 20-period Bollinger Band. I use Bollinger Bands for entry and really exits to see where price may want to move down to. We can see here, touch that bottom of the band, and that would have been a good exit before it rebounded. It's interesting to see how the supporting trend line here all of a sudden acts as a resistance up here, which is where we came off of Friday. This is that same shape that I drew out on the daily, except this trend line's a little bit scooted up. On the daily, I just moved it down to like this, probably like that or something. But this seems to be valid, this trend line, because we had some touches on the opposite side of it. So you're always looking for touches on trend lines to validate them. But what I'm seeing right here is if we just zoom in a little bit to what we've had going on since yesterday or since Friday, really yesterday, right in that zone, we can draw a trend line here. We can see that we're coming right up to that now. Interesting to see what it wants to do here. We've got the 200 SMA up here at 11,009. Well, 12,000. 12,000 is going to be a big psychological number. We may bust through this, come up to 12,000. It'll be interesting to see what this candle looks like, this 4-hour candle looks like when it closes in 36 minutes, so 9 o'clock. So just keep an eye on that. Again, I think today's going to be kind of choppy because of all the inflation stuff that's coming out tomorrow. We can now drop down to a 1-hour chart. Again, we can see that trend line that we drew out on the 4-hour. That's this blue. Let me take off this here. I was trading that yesterday. Or I guess I was trading that on Friday. I also want to take this off. That's confusing. All right. So we can see this trend line with that same one we just drew out on the 4-hour. We're actually peeking up through it. It would be a target up here. This is a weekly volume profile. I use volume profiles to find areas of support and resistance as well. We've got a low volume node that's coming in here. Low volume nodes are areas where we don't have a lot of interest in price. A very low volume, they act as support and resistance. And when I see that coming together with like a Bollinger Band on the 1-hour like that, this level, that's going to be a key level for me, 11,960. So if you were trying to take a long in the breakout of this trend line right here that price is moving through, this would probably want to be your target. Again, guys, I'm a scalper, so I'm just looking for small pockets where price is probably going to want to move through pretty quickly. And this for me would be a small pocket you could try to pick up. However, it's in the opposite direction of where my bias is today, so I'm cautious of it. I would actually be looking for price to move up, tag this, and then fail and come down. This low volume node right here looks, it looks interesting. It is only Tuesday though, so this still has some time. It still has time to develop. So yeah, design knob, but as you said, 12,000 is just a psychological number, so that's going to be. It's going to hit some. I mean, you could put a short right at 11,997 and probably be profitable, but it could also be a lot of other people feel like that too, and then all their stops go up at 12,006, and as soon as price breaks 12,000, guess what? All those sellers that shorted it all of a sudden become buyers, and price just explodes the other way because of all those stops getting taken out. So, but yeah, 12,000's obviously a psychological number. Psych number, I think is what people say. Anyways, we can see us moving up through this. I would say target on that would be 11,960-ish, somewhere around there. It may pop through and come all up to 12,000. It may hit 12,000 today. But again, the way that I'll probably be trading it is just trading those support and resistance, making sure I've got support and resistance marked out, and just trading those, meaning trading away from those levels back into the range, if that makes sense. So I marked off this level, which is 200 SMA on the 4-hour plus 20 SMA on the 4-hour. That's also 12,000, which is going to be a psychological number, as Design Knob pointed out. We've got, another level right here, 11,960. I think you probably want to wait a few minutes after the market opens to see where this thing wants to go. Right now we are green on the day, and we are positive delta on the day. So it looks bullish looking at this. We are moving away, and we're moving up away from VWAP. That's this green line. You can see it on the charts, all the charts I think I have, except on the 4-hour. So it looks like we are going to keep pushing up here, and we can see price moving pretty strongly. If market was open here, I would be looking to take a long, but since it's pre-market, I'm not touching it. I was looking at this pre-market right here, and I thought this thing was going to roll back to VWAP, and clearly we haven't. So, yeah, I don't know. It has been going up for the last 3 hours, but yesterday was a lot of selling. Yesterday was a pretty gnarly day for it. So, you know, it could be a dead cat bounce. I don't know. I mean, maybe it goes up. Maybe we clear 12,000 and shoot up to 12,200. I mean, I don't know. Only thing I can do is guess and then do risk management, right? So that's all we can do. We can make high probability guesses of what it's going to want to do and then manage our risk accordingly. But if I knew what it was going to do, I wouldn't be, you know, a rich man sitting on an island somewhere. We're all kind of in this fight together. Here trying to figure this out. We can see here, boom, we just got that pop up to 1160. Looks like it's in sight. We can see here that red line that I drew out here is now over here on these charts. So, but I don't trade pre-market. I don't trade pre-market. You know, so I think I'm just going to go and trade one contract on this thing to start out with. I don't know. I'm feeling like it's going to be pretty choppy today. So I've got these ATM strategies set up in here. This one is 50 and 50. It's just a 1 and 1. So it'll go and put 50 ticks away from my take. And then I'll adjust it manually. But that's just good to have those two orders on the chart when you put an order in, and then you can go in and move them around. And don't kill me if I move my stop too far. Sometimes I move it far away just so that I can really like examine the trade a little bit before price spikes around, because price will spike around right on the open. Oh, so Design Knob says he doesn't find the round numbers like 12K very accurate because most market indexes are usually in sync. So when NQ is at 12K, yes, you're right. It's also, you got to remember that the Nasdaq futures contract is a derivative, right? So, and it's got a expiration date on the contract. So there's some time decay that has to be taken into consideration as well. So I have not said good morning to Reddy. Maybe I already said good morning to Reddy. Thanks for joining us, Reddy. I think I haven't seen you in the stream before, so thanks a lot for joining. Appreciate it. Hey, Sam, good morning. I think you might be new here too, Sam, so thank you. Airbank, I believe I may have seen Airbank before, but if not, good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's Dave. I love that. I love that name. Good morning. Yep, Talking Bear is awesome. Is he talking? Yeah, I think he's talking. I can't really see him. I can't really see him because he's off on the other screen. But I'm assuming he's talking. If Bear goes into paralysis, someone let me know. What's up, Vernon? What's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Very small range. Jeez, look at this thing. Painful. Wow, this thing has nothing going on for it this morning. What's up, BJ? Yeah, so zero VWAP is the biggest, moving average that you could have on your chart. So you definitely want to make sure you have VWAP up on your chart. Volume weighted average price. Watching this thing move, it's pushing up. We are moving. This is an overnight volume profile. It's moving up pretty strong here. Some news came out. Oh, it's pushing a little lower. You can see here that it's coming. It's coming up to this low volume node on the weekly volume profile. May run into some resistance up there. It's interesting how this that was support or was resistance was acting as support there. I don't know if you guys can see my P&L. Something happened with my Ninja Trader. I was doing it yesterday and I got on and the font and everything got screwed up. I don't know if that P&L is coming through or not. Like the font now is like super small. Try to make it bigger. Oh, I can make it bold. Maybe that'll help. Does that help? Can you see the P&L? There. That should be better. Well, price is not moving down. This 5-minute will be interesting to see what it's going to do here. So actually, you can just draw your little trend line like that. Maybe price is going to move back up. I don't know, Zero. I really don't know. Someone else might have a better idea of that. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll look at what is this market watch? I'll look to see what Asia's doing to give me any idea of what U.S. markets might want to do. So we can see here, Asia, is down quite a bit. Asia's down quite a bit. Europe is down, it's red. U.S. right now is holding on to some green, but when I see Europe red, Asia red, coming into the morning, that doesn't bode well for U.S. markets, I feel like. But maybe U.S. markets, bring up the other guys. Very nice long wick there on the 1 minute. It's looking like it wants to come up. I don't know if it's got the juice for it, but we can see as we broke higher, Delta's moving higher, so it looks very bullish. Up there at that 12,000 level. Just drawing some super simple trend lines. When you're trading ranges, sometimes you can just draw these trend lines, and then as they break, right here you could short it if you wanted to. The market's open a little too. I might let this market move around a little bit more. Sometimes you just know, like you start to see price move, and it just makes perfect sense, like what it's trying to do. Other times it gets a little choppy, but this does look bullish. I don't know why I keep looking to go to the downside on it. We can see Delta down there starting to drop red. Sellers starting to come in a little bit. Again, when I'm trading, I'm really just looking at this chart, and this chart, these three. And then down here, I'm glancing at to get these key kind of bigger levels. But, you don't need to be too confused about what's going on here. I mean, I don't want it to be like a whole bunch of charts, exploding your screen. I mean, we'll keep breaking higher, so there's no real reason to take a short. Trying to find the top is kind of like trying to find the bottom. It's like trying to catch a falling knife. And there must be some saying for that. They always say like, don't try to catch a falling knife. There must be some saying the opposite way. Does anybody know that? I don't know. I can't think of it. So this is an Apex performance account that I'm trading. I've noticed recently that a ton of these prop firms have been popping up. So, and I've also noticed that the existing ones are offering really steep discounts on all their evaluations. So I think it's getting to be a crowded marketplace for these things. I don't know what that says. I think that if everybody were passing these things and making thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, these prop firms probably wouldn't be able to stay in business, but it sounds like they are multiplying. They're multiplying. We see point of control coming in up here. I've got a coupon for 50% off any Apex evaluations. If anybody wants it, I can post it in here. And if you don't know what one of these evaluation things are, let me know and I can try to explain it. But I think most people who are trading futures know what they are. It's like Top Step, and there's a million of them. There's a nice little pattern that waiting to see if this wants to fail up here. I mean, it's just ripping up higher past 12,000, right? So the question is, where does it want to go? And that's a hard one. And why is it moving up so aggressively? Everything's moving green. Nasdaq's outperforming the other indices. Dow's up 3.3, a quarter percent. S&P's almost 0.5%. Dow's up now, or Nasdaq's up almost 1%. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust that this thing's gonna rip up. But sometimes you trade those days, right? Some of those days you're like waiting for that short, waiting for the buy, waiting for the long, and before you know it, price has just moved completely against you. You've missed the big obvious move. And yeah, I can't, like right here, I want to short it, but I really don't want to short this, go against this trend. See that? Almost shorted on that, but it just keeps wanting to pop up. Counter trend trading is difficult, risky. And what I'm doing though is watching Delta down here to see if Delta wants to start moving lower. This looks bearish. I keep watching Delta. I mean, Delta's positive 6,000. That's pretty aggressive buying. Do you know what Delta is? Anybody here not know what cumulative Delta is? Cumulative Delta is basically like reading the tape, but just in a chart version. It's hard to trade against this right now. Maybe SW Blaze. I don't know. That's a good point. I never think about it like that. I mean, the way you trade this thing is clearly bullish at the moment. You wait for a pullback to establish itself, a trend line to establish itself, and then buying the break of the trend line. However, I don't know. We're shorting the trend line. Seems like I'm just not bullish on it. I can't bring myself to buy it. I have that mental block. Maybe that's gonna be my downfall today. Just watching it. Letting some structure build here. It's only 8:44. Oh, you know what? Sometimes I'll do is look at this 15 minutes about to close. I'll look to see how some of these candles close at the appropriate time. So this is about to close in a minute. Obviously, moving up. So, but now we're starting to fan down. When I mean fan down, it means we're doing something like this. See, we've got this trend line, then we push extreme away from it, create another downtrend. So it creates this little fan. I appreciate the contribution, Nico. That was really nice of you. If you don't want to give money, you don't need to. No problem at all. The only thing I'd ask is if you watch any of the other videos, or even this one, give it a like. And if you watch the advertisement, just watch the whole advertisement, whatever it is. You can just zone out, look away, do whatever. That's also a way to support the channel, as we get a little bit of contribution from that. But this is all completely free. You may ask why I do it. It is because trading can sometimes be isolating, and it's just nice to get on here, talk through your trades, and also makes me a better trader that I keep myself in check, knowing that I kind of have an audience here. Not to jump into anything too rashly and to try to get out of my trades. Although sometimes what I will do is hold on to my trades for too long because I want a winner, right? I think it's coming down to 30. It's this big drop. Shit. Morning, Why We Care. Nice, Nico. I'm glad you got something out of that. $20 SMA over here on the 5 minutes going to be support, and also the bottom of the band there on the 1 minute. So it's coming into a support area. I'd be exiting. I was going to take that short down to 30, and I just didn't. Anybody else get some good trades? Nice, Austin. Yeah, I'm scalping this thing. I'm just kind of waiting to see how it wants to set up here for me. Although this short up here, I totally missed it. I was watching it and just missed it. So That's the way she goes. Zero, have you tried doing one of those evaluations like Apex or any of them? Still in a sim. That's all right. Just trade your sim, man. Try one next month. Yep. Oh, yeah. Kind of waiting to see if this thing just wants to fall. What time is it? 8:50. We'll say I may trap some bears down here. We got a two-legged move. One, pull back, two. Not terribly difficult to identify. Trying to get in here at a good price on a short. I feel like since we closed below the 20 SMA on the 5-minute, may want to get that push down to VWAP. Take my stop on it. Shit. You know what I hate is when you take your stop and then it just rolls right back your way. You know? It's frustrating. Look at that 1 minute. You gotta take your stop, I guess, sometimes. There it goes. That's frustrating. Look where it took me out of my stop. I moved my stop there just because this high volume node. I thought price would be able to move up through that. Mm-hmm. It looks like almost like a buy here, but I don't like this pattern on the 5 minute. A lot of consolidation going on down here. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not catching that move to the downside. And then shorting the bottom of it here, getting stopped out. I would have been okay on it. I probably could have taken, 10 points there, but it was just bad execution. I don't like this on the 5 minute. I feel like it's going to drop down some more. Really drives you nuts when you take the short and you're right, and look where you get stopped out, right at the top of it. Really drives me insane. That's how you start revenge trading, because you're like, I was right. I was right. Yeah, it's just kind of choppy today, Austin. It's actually not that choppy, to be fair. I mean, we got a pretty good move up, a pretty good move down. I think I'm kind of now looking to take a long on it. Just, I don't know. Let's see how this hour closes in 4 minutes. This looks really bearish. You see this hourly candle right there? Came up, complete failure. So I'm gonna grab some coffee and I'm gonna come back in 4 minutes, see how this hour candle closes. Um, and that's gonna really decide, I think, the direction for the next trade. So let's see what happens. Give me 3 minutes. Bear will stare at you. He'll give you the death stare. If you've never seen it, it's fantastic. Oh, there she goes. Dang. Back guys, what's up? Dang, dang, dang. Should have held on that. Should have gotten that short. Now I think it's coming to some support down here because it's got this LVN plus a 20 SMA. Dang it. Yeah. I was saying yeah to zero. Bear just stares into your soul. Makes you feel horrible about yourself. Why are you such a bad trader? Oh, this thing's dropping out of the sky now. What was I gonna say? Bear's gonna yell at me for taking this trade, I think. Bear's like, you know better, bruh. You know better. Like, I know, Bear, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bear. The voice in my head. Voice in my head is not nice. Not a nice voice. I'm trying to add here. I see this big low volume node that came through. And where does it want to go down to? I mean, I think you drop all the way to 100. Son of a bitch. Just getting out there. I chickened out. My nerves got to me on that one. The voice in my head. The voice in my head is not a nice voice when I'm in a trade like that. There it goes. $100. Bummer. She gone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I see this big low volume. There's no volume at that level. That's a good area to short it. Do not copy my trades. You will lose money, FYI. I didn't get filled on it. I didn't get filled, and if it comes back up, I think it's going to pop. So I'm going to take it off. Yeah, I think it's got room down here, but yeah, it could be finding some support. I mean, yeah, I remember tomorrow's the CPI stuff, so. Boop, 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 boop. You can see that big low volume node holding. It's coming now to trend lines. Kind of interesting, kind of interesting. Let's look at a tick, 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 tick. Oh man, I'm really debating if I want to try to get another short going on here with it. What about you guys? What do you think? Ah, fuck it. Let's see what happens with it. Let me try to get a good price on it. Should have taken my short up there. Consolidation. Vernon, you're smart. I don't know. I think this short trade here really provided a big opportunity. I feel like I'm chasing it a little bit down here. What time is it? 9:09. I mean, I see the band here on the 1 minute open up all the way down to 11,770. Oh, I don't know. I want to get a good price on it though, and I don't want to be short in the bottom of it, even if it moves without me. As soon as I decide to short it, it'll pop up. Be like, gosh dang it. You know, I do feel like it's going to pop down to break lower down here. I'm just scalping this thing. I've got no balls at the moment. I don't know why. Live streaming thing. No, it's not the live streaming thing. It's just me. It's my mind. Funny how you jump into a trade and then you're like, your immediate thought is like worst case scenario. You know what I mean? Like you get into a trade and you're like, worst case scenario. Oh my God, there goes my account. I'm going to blow my account on this trade. It's all in your head. It's horrible. It's such a mind game. I did not meditate this morning. If you know me, consumer price index, it's inflation numbers, 0. If you know me, you know that I like to meditate in the morning before I trade, calm your mind a little bit. And right now, I'm just trading like Wile E. Coyote. Now it's popping. We are trading a performance account today. Anybody? An Apex performance account. We stopped out there on it. Yeah, Vernon, you're absolutely right. Vernon, that is such a good mentality. That is such a good mentality. I love that. Going into every trade, expecting it's going to be a loser. CPI 0 is consumer price index. It's just an inflation gauge of how it takes a basket of goods that consumers spend money on, and it sees how much those prices are going up or down. Typically up, right? So if it's going up significantly, it means that inflation is not under control and they need to adjust interest rates, which is bad for the markets. So inflation right now is the key topic. Got some consolidation going on down here. Point of control coming in here. I think 0. I should take a breather. I think I might short this support. If this breaks, try to take it back down to 11. 20 SMA on the 1 minute seems to be holding. Well, let's see what happens. We're in this LVN. I don't feel like this volume profile is complete. I feel like it's still got some room that it could move down. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, inflation is everywhere, man. It is not just Dubai, trust me. Inflation is real. Prices here are absolutely astronomical. Dang it. Should have took Zero's advice. Stepped away. And or at least getting a better price. Jeez. Oh yeah, there for a small loss. I don't like any of this. I don't like the way I'm trading. There it goes. I'm getting jittery. Ah, son of a bitch. There it goes. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna blow it too, man. Whenever I get super microscopic like this, it's always not good. Up, up, up. Check the daily. It's around support. I will. Yeah, it's got that 20 SMA down there. I think you're right. It's 11,027 though. It's 100 points away. But yeah. I know, Zero. It's just the way it goes, man. Way it goes. Well, at least we're in the green. Kinda. I don't think I'll be bragging about this, but green is green. Could be worse. Only trading one contract though today. Trading should be fun. If not, find something else. Yeah, I agree with that. Kinda, sometimes. Trading can be stressful though too. Up, 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 up. up. Pushing up, pushing up. Oh, popping. Taking out some shorts on that one. Gnarly. Gnarly. It's got an LVN here. Can she push through? Pushing up, pushing up. This trend line is not valid. What? It's on there. Man, it would have to get up above 11,900 for me to think. Up in here. I think it would have to move up into this area for me to get bullish on it. Well, guys, I look bullish, and I probably trap some bulls. I should be rolling. I think we're gonna break 98 and roll down to new lows. Sorry, break 11,800. Difficult to trade this because you kind of want to take a short. Well, my mental state right now isn't particularly great, but you want to try to short it up in here, but it pops higher, so it takes you out, but then we roll back down. I mean, it's kind of what we're talking about in pre-market, though, trading back into the ranges. Somebody made a comment one time that whenever I do my pre-market stuff, all seems to go out the window when the market opens. Yeah, choppy before CPI. Tomorrow should be, I would think, pretty explosive. Just watch this thing. I'm still here, guys. I'm trying to find like another good opportunity, but I just can't. Can't seem to get my stuff. See, can't seem to find it here. Yeah. Yeah, bear falling asleep. This is just getting slow. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I'm doing something else here. Doo-doo-doo. Now we're moving up, moving on up. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for trying to like the stream, guys. I appreciate it. Lots of these streams out there. This one is mine, though. This one is mine. I appreciate you guys tuning into this one. Only up 165 on the day. Pretty slow day. I don't think it's got the gas to get up over this. You're probably looking to be shorting it at the top of this range, or 60 maybe. I don't know, guys. Well, I appreciate the likes, everybody. I'm probably gonna jump off this thing. This thing is just not in my not. I'm not in the zone for it today. Tomorrow is gonna be better. This thing's just gonna chop around down here. I think it may break lower. And I think you may get that move lower. It may also pop up to VWAP up 11,080. Can you endure 30 points of drawdown? I don't know, maybe. Looks like it wants to roll here. Get in a little better price. Move without me. I'm really working on getting in at better prices. Instead of shorting the bottom of this thing, I'd rather try to fight, get a little bit better price. You see all the point of control coming in there. I shorted it because we're at the top of this range and there's this bearish candle on the 1 minute. And I tried to get filled there, but didn't pop up for me. Still think it's got some room to the downside down here, but you know, again, I don't want to short the bottom of it. I don't want to take a short here and then it pops up to 50 real quick and then comes back down. All this is just fighting for price. You know, you really got to try to get in on this thing at a good price. If not, you're going to completely screw yourself on drawdown. That's at 57. Look at the top of the band up there, 58. Now it's ripping up, huh? Jeez. Ugh. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Oh, now we're VWAP. I say that, but then I'm like, oh, we're VWAP. I really, this thing is just chopping me up here. See how we're getting... Bummer. Good job, Vernon. Getting chopped up on this mother effer. I don't care. I'm trading. Let's go, baby. VWAP's got to hold, right? Doesn't have to do anything, I guess. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What's the worst that can happen? Trading should be fun. That's not too fun. Ah, it's popping. Son of a bitch. I'm done, guys. I'm out. Yeah, it's going to take me out on that, I think. Well, live and learn. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your trading day. I'm done. I should have called it quits a while ago. This is how you don't trade. Don't do revenge trading. You guys take it easy. I'm gonna jump off this thing. Don't worry about it. Don't send me any messages about what I need to do to change it. Blah blah blah. It's all good. It's only $500. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye.